What happens when the guest DM violates you with your backstory? Let me describe the situation. So this was my first experience with D&D. I'd seen Community and wanted to try it out, so I found a group through work. 5e had just come out at the time, but our DM was more comfortable with 3.5e, so we played that. I decided I wanted to play a druid because I liked the aesthetic. I didn't think through the rest of my character too much since I just wanted to learn how to play, so I went with the generic orphan backstory and trusted my DM to expand on that if he decided to. We played with a party of 5, one couple that I worked with. This is relevant to the story because our 5th dropped off halfway through and the couple invited a friend of theirs who said she'd played before. A few months after she joined, our DM had to take a week off and asked her to DM since she was the most experienced out of all of us. The session that she guest DM'd started off with us finding a tavern in the city we'd arrive at. Guest DM described the tavern, the bartender and barmaids and the other patrons, as well as the menu. Fairly normal so far. Then she described a pretty woman also in the tavern that seemed fixated on my character. I took the bait, which I deeply regretted. Now our game always had fade to black scenes when things got intimate, but not this time. The guest DM described how this woman led my character upstairs and then undressed me, and then described very graphically the start off, the actual deed itself, and then our encore. I felt uncomfortable with this level of detail, but it didn't look like anyone else at the table did, so I didn't speak up. Then I sat for maybe half an hour in silence as the guest DM RP'd with the rest of the party. Eventually the rest of the party also retired upstairs. The guest DM then turned to me. "You wake up in the middle of the night," she said, "reaching for the beautiful woman, but realize that she is no longer tangled in your embrace. You notice an intense heat on you, and you turn to see the woman standing at the foot of the bed. But now, red-skinned, you blink, and suddenly she has horns and wings." Okay, I thought, so this woman is a succubus. Cool. And then the guest DM goes on. "You've grown up to be a fine man. I'm so glad that I found you. I'll never let you go again. You're home now." And she goes blah 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 until she reveals that this succubus that my character slept with is actually his long lost mother. Are you serious? No one else at the table seemed revolted, just surprised in an interested way. The session ended afterwards on this cliffhanger reveal. I texted the DM later. He didn't know about the guest's plan, and this definitely wasn't the backstory he planned for my character. But his stance was, what's done is done, and he didn't want to disrespect the guest DM by retconning her session. I told him I didn't feel okay with my character doing that to his mother, and he said, sorry, but I knew he really didn't care. I talked with the couple later in the week, and they thought it was hilarious, and I was taking it too seriously. So I quit the game. I wasn't okay with that, and I wasn't okay with a group where half the members were friends with the guest DM and would side with her. I got some flack at work from the couple for a bit, but they eventually let it go. So that's the story of my first game, where my character's blank slate backstory came back to bite me in the butt. I'm with OP on this. Yeah, some people treat this as a game, but that is pretty disturbing. People don't want to play a character like that, and it's very strange how cool everyone was with it. Good on OP for leaving an uncomfortable situation quickly rather than extending this horror story. What do you all think about this situation?